What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Good Waffles. Before we start the video, I would like to answer the question that absolutely nobody's asking because no one watches my videos, which is, why haven't you been uploading in a long time? Well, the short answer is I kind of got bored and there wasn't a lot of content, I guess. I kind of took a break from NationStates as well, as a whole. So, yeah. So today we'll be talking about one of the biggest factors of nation-states, which are regions. I covered a little bit of this in the introduction to nation-states. So if you're a complete beginner, definitely go check that out. I definitely recommend that. So we will be checking this. We'll be checking out regions. So the first and most obvious thing to talk about is how do you join a region. So I talked about that in my introduction to nation-states, but I'll quickly go over it. So if you're a new nation, then you could just say maybe you could join the featured region or search through tags to find regions. The most common method is you're going to be sent a recruitment telegram. So I'm going to go ahead and hop on a newly created account and show you what that looks like. Alright, so we're in a newly created nation right now. So when you just create your region, you're going to spawn in one of 5 or 6 Pacific regions. That's your default spawn, and from there you can move on to different ones. So I've already played a bit with this. So when I joined, I spawned here in the Pacific. Okay, so once you get, you can search through, but you're gonna get a telegram like this right here. You're gonna get recruitment telegrams. It's kind of like they go through the activity and see who's the newest joined players, and then they send recruitment telegrams to them, which I will cover how to send those as well. And they basically invite you to the region. So you can see here. And then you decide what region you're gonna join. I'm just gonna join the region that my main account is on. So yeah. Here we go. Okay, so here we are at the region. So let's just go ahead and join that. So once we join a new region, we're gonna get a telegram. Okay, I'm not gonna read that anyways. I don't care. Oh, dude, see, these are all recruitment telegrams. These are all regions. But basically, once you actually join a region, you can go ahead and see. Let's see. Why is it not loading? I should be getting a welcome telegram right now. Yes. No. Well, anyways, we don't have to worry about it, but it's gonna be the same thing like this. Okay, this is gonna pop up again. So there's gonna be a recruitment welcome telegram that says hello there, blah blah blah. At the first, you set it yourself in the region. So yeah, and as a new region, you can go and rise through the ranks, kind of, and get like more things. But what I wanted to talk about with this region was what happens when you get banned. So if we just log on to my main account right now, we can ban that new account. We can ban Testa 13. So because we have the power, which is border control, and we easily have enough influence because this guy is really new. He's a very young nation, created just a few minutes ago, so it should be very easy to ban him. You just select him and eject and ban. Okay, so now he's banned. So let's go ahead and log back on to see what happened to Testa 13. Okay, so if you notice Testa 13, it's now located in the rejected realms. So this is once a region or a nation gets ejected or banned from a region, it automatically goes to rejected realms, which was set up via the WA, I think. So yeah. And then this is it's like the Pacific. It's a massive region. So yeah, that's basically what happens. And if you injected them, they can still come back. But obviously, if you ban them, they won't be able to come back unless someone unbans them. So let's hop back onto the main account and explain the admin. So in admin, we will start off with the founder. The founder is pretty self-explanatory. Its name gives away. It's the founder of the region, and it automatically gives you authority over everything except the word assembly. That is a privilege that reserved for the WA delegate. So and then WA delegate is, I kind of explained it in my introduction to the word assembly video, but not really. So people who are in the word assembly in your region, they have this little thing next to them, and you can go ahead and you can endorse them, right? You can endorse them, and that's basically how you vote, quote unquote, vote for them to become the WA delegate. The person that has the most votes becomes the WA delegate. Okay, so the WA delegate comes with these powers right here: ward assembly, appearance, border control, communications, embassies, and polls. I don't know if you can change that. Hold on. Yeah, you can change that, but a lot of regions don't. The only thing that they really change is executive power. Executive power basically allows you to modify other people's roles. Okay, so yeah. So let's talk about ward assembly first. Ward assembly is basically about it basically represents your region in the ward assembly. And as a WA delegate, you can get these telegrams asking you to approve proposals and whatnot, and not voting for them or something like that. So yeah, and now let's talk about appearance. Appearance, it's nice and easy. It's right here. So if you scroll down, you can see if you have appearance, this is what you can do. You can change the banner or flag, and you can change the ward fact book entry. Both of these are displayed at the front of your region. Someone's cutting the grass right now, so if there's any noise, that's what it is. And then after the ward assembly, you can also pen dispatches or unpenned dispatches, which are basically like fact books or bulletins that everyone can see. They can click into them and look at them. And then also tags, which you can, as I said before, you can, if you're like a nation looking for a region, you can search for tags and find that region, right? And then if you have border control, which is a dangerous one, you shouldn't just give it out to anyone because it allows them to ban people. That is, if they have enough influence. Like say, if I wanted to ban just a random person, the Snow Dominion, injecting and banning would consume about 6% of my influence, but this person's not very powerful, so I can easily ban them. But say if I wasn't as powerful and there was someone else, like say this person, it would take drastically more of my influence, 30%, alright? So yeah. Also, with border control, you can set up a password. Our region does not have a password right now, but I can set one, as you can see. So yeah, this costs more influence as well. Embassies is another thing. If you have embassies, you can set up embassies with other people, and or just about anyone can do that. But you can withdraw embassies from people, and yeah, and you can send out embassy invites to other regions. So what I was thinking about before was this. So you can actually like choose who can go into other regions that have an embassy with you, and they can actually talk to them in their regional message board or RMB. Right now, all residents of embassies can talk of my region can talk to other people. I'm not sure why you would not do that. Yeah. And then if you have communications, you can compose region-wide telegrams. It's basically a telegram, but it's sent to everyone in your region. And here's the welcome telegram that I was referring to before. And then recruiter telegrams, I also talked about before. You can just like send them to random people. And finally, polls. They're exactly what they sound like. They're polls. You get to vote with them, and yeah, so on, so on. You can see if it's by if they're WA, or if they have influence, or if they have population, voters. So yeah, and yeah, I think that's everything that's about admin. And then So there's these little icons on top that you can click them to go to the regional message board or the RMB. Most people will refer to it as the RMB, where you can basically post to other people. In these posts, you can suppress them or quote them, which basically like copies their thing, like this. So if I were to type it will pop up as this, right? So yeah, and then you can click this and it will go to the quote that it's referencing. And you can edit your own or delete your own, and then you can also suppress other people's if you have communications, I think. Yeah, and then basically it means that if you don't want to see it, you don't see it until you want to see it, okay? So that's pretty much it about the admin in regions, so inside of regions. Now we'll talk about the different types of regions. There are a lot of different types of regions. The region that I am in is a RP region, that stands for role-playing region. We basically role-play, such as down here it says, when will we invade India? Like, we're not actually going to invade India in real life. And why would we post it on a game if we were going to do it where everyone else could see it too? By the way, anybody can see your post on RMB. It doesn't just have to be in the region. Anyone can see those. Okay, so there's RP regions, and then there's military regions. One of the most notable are the Black Hawks. So if we see them, they're a very big military region. Military regions basically operate by taking a bunch of people who are in the WA and spamming them to one particular region and voting for one WA delegate, and that WA delegate will essentially have control over the region. That's why it's sometimes very dangerous to have give the WA delegate executive power. So yeah, and then finally there's embassy collector regions. They just spam embassies. Okay, the lawnmower outside is really loud. I don't know if you guys can hear it. But like there's embassy collector regions that try to basically form embassies with as much people as possible. Like I sent an invite to them, they accepted it pretty much immediately. So yeah, and then finally there's a lot of regions. They have Discord servers, particularly larger regions. They have Discord servers where they can chat, they can DM each other and stuff like that, and basically just get more in touch and kind of have better communications in a whole. But one other type of region that uses this are like regions that bring nation states into the real world instead of just as a video game. They kind of use them to like collect people, and they can like one of the most famous are like fantasy sports regions. They take people from nation states, like people who want to join. They go to their Discord server. They can like bet on sports and stuff, talk about sports, and make money off of each other, I guess. So I think that covers almost everything, pretty much everything. If you have any questions, be sure to let me know down in the comments. Is there anything else? Oh, right, I haven't talked about influence in a region. Basically, the bigger region you are, the more control you have in there. The longer you stay, you're going to get more influence. So the power is actually really, really high for someone like in a region. So if we were to go back to the Black Hawks, come on, we can see that even their founder, if we click on him, the founder, only has ambassador, that much influence. In our region, it's summer break, and so a lot of us aren't very active, so I've risen to a power. So yeah, that's everything about regions. I don't think I missed anything, so well, we'll see you guys next time.